The third annual Alexander Hamilton Immigrant Achievement Awards ceremony took place on Saturday, June 30th, 2018 at Federal Hall in Lower Manhattan on Wall Street. The Alexander Hamilton Immigrant Achievement Award was first presented in 2016 and again last year in 2017, and now the award is named in Alexander Hamilton, who is America's greatest immigrant, born on the tiny Caribbean island of Nevis on January 11, 1757, before coming to then the American colonies as a young teenager and becoming one of the most important and greatest Americans of all time. Presenting this award at Federal Hall is very special. Federal Hall stands on the site of a prior building known as Federal Hall, which was the first Capitol of the United States and where George Washington became the first President of the United States on April 30th, 1789 on this site. Particular to the importance of this event, Alexander Hamilton was nominated, was approved, and became Secretary of the Treasury all on September 11th, 1789, in the very same space, not the same building, as this ceremony takes place each year. The Alexander Hamilton Immigrant Achievement Award was created by James Kaplan and Arthur Piccolo in 2016. They had previously created the Lower Manhattan Historical Society, now known as the Lower Manhattan Historical Association, and the organization that presents this award of growing importance each year on or about July 4th, and will continue to do so for many, many years into the future. It honors individuals in the spirit of Alexander Hamilton, individuals who are immigrants, who were born in other countries, but who came to America and have had lives of achievement here in the United States. Each of the first 3 years, 4 individuals have been chosen for this award. This photographic profile of the event which you are viewing were all taken at the Alexander Hamilton Immigrant Achievement Award ceremony at Federal Hall on June 30th, 2018. The event featured a welcome by Master of Ceremonies Ambrose Richardson, who is the president of the Sons of the Revolution in the state of New York, followed by introductions by James Kaplan, president of the Lower Manhattan Historical Association, then Ramon Manguel, ranger, North District of the National Park Service, and Sergio Bellasenzio, who is one of the prominent executives of the Alexander Hamilton Awareness Society. Following which, the award this year was presented to the Reverend Mark Bizzuti Jones, Mav Higgins, Jean Claude Guffawed, and Young H. Kim, who are the 208 recipients of the Alexander Hamilton Immigrant Achievement Award. And there were musical interludes by Wendy Savets. So who are these 4 distinguished individuals being honored in the name of Alexander Hamilton this year? First, there is the Reverend Mark Bizzuti Jones, who is a priest and director of core values and Latin American and Caribbean Relations at Trinity Church, Wall Street, where Alexander Hamilton is buried. Born in Kingston, Jamaica, he studied philosophy at Chicago's Loyola University, received his Master of Divinity from the Jesuit School of Theology at Berkeley, and a Master of Arts in Creative Writing from the University of San Francisco, and a further degree from the Western Jesuit School of Theology. With 14 years of Jesuit training and missionary experience in Belize, Brazil, Guyana, and Mexico, Reverend Mark is experienced in pastoral and liturgical care, spiritual direction, parish visitation, educational advising, and curriculum development. Now an Episcopalian priest, Reverend Mark is married to his wife, Kathy. They have one son, Mark Anthony Francisco Bazzuti Jones. Reverend Mark is the author of children's books on the creation story, God Created. He has also written 2 books on African American spirituals, a biography of Bishop Barbara Harris, and Faith and Formation, his most recent books. For many, most notable of all, Reverend Mark Bazzuti Jones is a powerful, memorable preacher, as everyone who attends Sunday services at Trinity Wall Street knows well. He very much lives a life in the spirit of Alexander Hamilton and is very much deserving of the Alexander Hamilton Immigrant Achievement Award. The second distinguished recipient of the 2018 Alexander Hamilton Immigrant Achievement Award is comedian Mauve Higgins, born in Ireland. She has performed across the globe, from Edinburgh to Melbourne, and even in the capital of Iraqi Kurdistan. Since moving to New York City, she has quickly made a name for herself in the city's comedy scene. She hosts Butterboy, a weekly comedy show. She co-hosts Star Talk on National Geographic with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and has appeared on Comedy Central Inside Amy Schumer. Mauve is an opinion writer for the New York Times, and her latest book of essays will be published by Penguin this August. Much of her work focuses on immigration. A December 2016 opinion piece highlighted parallels between her own 2014 arrival in the U.S. from Ireland's County Cork and the life of legendary Irish immigrant Annie Moore, who was the first person ever from anywhere in the world to be processed through Ellis Island on January 1st, 1892. Now making her home in New York City, where she is meeting growing acclaim. The third recipient of the 2018 Alexander Hamilton Immigrant Achievement Award is Jean-Claude Guffawed, who spent the first years of his life in Lyon, France. Guffawed went to law school and graduated with a PhD in public law and a master's degree in political science. He then spent 2 years teaching in Africa. Upon his return to France in 1973, he began working in the financial industry and was posted in Bangkok, Thailand. 3 years later, he and his wife made their first trip to the United States, where he later was stationed in New York on assignment for 7 years. In 1998, he joined Citibank in New York and was sent to Paris as the country officer for France and the corporate and investment banking head for France, Belgium, and Luxembourg. When in Europe, he spent 3 years as the chairman of the American Chamber of Commerce in France. In 2008, he joined the Board of Governors of the American Hospital in Paris. Citigroup transferred Guffawed back to New York in April 2011, and he has lived in the city since then. Even though he retired from Citigroup in 2014, he has remained active as a registered representative of the New York-based Galileo Global Advisors. He and his wife and 2 children are now American citizens. He has been a member of the United Way Worldwide Board since 2014, and he is also on the United Way of New York City Board. Certainly an individual who deserves the Alexander Hamilton Immigrant Achievement Award. The fourth and final member of the class of recipients of 2008 of the Alexander Hamilton Immigrant Achievement Award was born in Busan, South Korea. Dr. Young, known as Phil Kim, is the director of pain medicine at the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai and is an attending physician in the Mount Sinai Network. Dr. Kim's family moved to Denver, Colorado when he was 14. The Kim family survived and succeeded in the face of language, financial, and cultural barriers. He is now a highly sought after teacher, lecturer, and contributor to medical publications in the field of anesthesiology and pain medicine. He says, "I feel very lucky and grateful to do what I do, not because of money, accolades, or respect, but for being able to do things that I value in life. Caring for other people and making a small impact in the lives of others provides the motivation and re-energizes me on a daily basis. I appreciate the opportunity allowed by my parents to share a part of their lives." Another distinguished individual, one of 4 distinguished individuals who certainly each and every one of them merit this important award of growing significance, the Alexander Hamilton Immigrant Achievement Award, named in honor of America's very greatest immigrant, Alexander Hamilton. I am Arthur Piccolo, founder and chairman of the Bowling Green Association, and I am proud of my involvement with Alexander Hamilton here in Lower Manhattan and beyond, and my part in the development of the Alexander Hamilton Immigrant Achievement Award, and my continuing interest, and I hope yours, in this award, and most of all, in continue to honor and to extend appreciation and understanding of the meaning of and the value of Alexander Hamilton's life here in the 21st century.